Over 7 years, GT Academy has taken the best gamers from around the world and transformed them into professional racing drivers. Winners have gone from virtual to reality, competing around the globe, winning podiums and racing in the top class of the biggest races on the planet. The racing experiment has gone on to be the most innovative driver development program in the world and has embraced gamers from over 30 countries worldwide, producing more winners than ever. But there have been errors, crashes and failures. For every podium there have been retirements. Not every winner at GT Academy has made the grade. This year, to make sure they succeed, we will follow the team as GT Academy goes back to basics. 56 of the fastest gamers from around Europe have competed at Abu Dhabi's Yas Marina circuit to win a professional racing contract. After 7 days of intense competition, Romain Sarrazin faced 6 of the top gamers from around Europe in the final race. He went on to take the checkered flag, and the judges crowned him the GT Academy winner 2015.
Right now, Romain is on a cloud, and in a few days he's gonna realize what happened, that he actually won the GT Academy 2015.
When I crossed the line, I was like in a dream, and I really didn't believe it.
I think for him it's the beginning of a new life, and yeah, he can be very happy.
Romain, a student from Lyon in France, will now experience how life-changing GT Academy can be.
We're in the Middle East and it's a Monday night and he's racing in the UK on Saturday. Oh, and he'll have to move house in between now and then. Life's going to be hectic for him. Good hectic, you know?
Everything is gonna be extremely fast for him, so within a week he's gonna go back from here, Abu Dhabi, to France, and then straight from France to UK to start the DDP.
Before his new life begins, he'll have a chance to celebrate winning GT Academy at the glamorous Rush nightclub.
Enjoying the party, drink with friends and breathe, just forget everything.
Two days later, Romain arrives at his new home near Silverstone.
So we are here in my new home. In France, I live in a little house, so yeah, it's a little different, but I'm looking forward to discover the flat and my new mate, Matt.
Hello.
Hi, Matt, it's Romain.
Hey, mate.
For the next 6 weeks, he'll be living with the international GT Academy winner, Matt Simmons.
Hey, Romain. Hey, man. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. Come in.
Romain can't get too comfortable. He's got to go straight to the Nismo lab at Silverstone to start his driver development program. His first task, to learn the track he'll be driving on in his first race.
Circuit familiarisation. This is a new circuit to Romain, so it's all about just familiarising himself, not only with the circuit and the ribbon of tarmac he's going to be driving on, but the greater picture, the surroundings, where the runoff areas are, where the gravel traps are, where the marshalling posts are.
I don't really know how much lap I need to learn a track. Maybe 30 laps can be enough to know it.
As the day progresses, we'll start looking at his technique, things like how he applies the brakes, how smooth he is with the steering, and hopefully this will prepare him very well, so when he gets to Donington tomorrow, he can jump into the car and instantly feel very comfortable with his surroundings. So there's a lot to take on board, but it's a very useful tool.
This simulator is much more sophisticated than the PlayStation game. The brake pedal is really hard, like a real race car, so it takes a while to adapt.
There's an awful lot of pressure on Romain coming so quickly from race camp to his first race weekend. Historically, the drivers always had 2 or 3 weeks coaching to prepare them for the first race weekend, but time just simply doesn't allow that to happen for Romain. It just means more intensive hours here in the simulator before we head up to Donington, but there's going to be an awful lot of pressure on Romain.
Just 4 days after winning the competition, Romain arrives at Donington for his first race.
Absolute baptism of fire for Romain. We've not even had time for a test day. Qualifying is the first time he's seen the circuit. He'll race this afternoon, and the pressure's on him really. He's got no margin for error in his DDP. He needs to finish every race to get every signature to have his international licence by next month.
The competition for the European Challengers was quite late in the day this year, and now straight away we've got him racing at Donington Park.
Today is going to be interesting. It's moving really quickly. I have the GT Academy final race skills to help me, and I'm confident.
Romain's first race will be in the MX-5 Championship.
It's a gentle start for him. The cars aren't particularly fast, certainly compared to some of the other cars he's going to drive in the next few weeks. It eases him in that respect, so all the cars are incredibly evenly matched. So it's a fantastic benchmark to see how he settles in against some more seasoned racers. Every corner he gets to, there's going to be cars in front of him, to the side of him, behind him. That'll be a big shock for him, so he's got a lot to keep his eye on in the race.
Romain will be training and racing alongside his Australian teammate Matt Simmons.
Matt's much further along with his driver development programme than Romain is. He won the competition for Team Australia, so he's actually had 4 race weekends and quite a few test days already, whereas for Romain this is day 1 for him.
The team will use Matt's experience to their advantage to help with Romain's development.
Matt will prove to be an invaluable benchmark for us to see how Romain is getting on. So we've got a very good idea of what Matt's pace is like, so to see how Romain compares to him will be very helpful. It's going to give us a good gauge very quickly as to how Romain is actually doing.
My preparation for GT Academy was track days in MX-5, so I'm actually really comfortable with this car this weekend. Just trying to pass on to Romain what I've learned.
You got to carry a lot of speed through the corner.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's going to be fun.
Really fun.
The heaps of fun.
Romain prepares to head out for his first ever qualifying session, but the team have firm instructions for what they want him to
Very simple
do.
advice for Romain in this race is just to please stay out of trouble. Just race round, learn the circuit, and just finish the race and get a signature towards his international licence.
Don't overtake Matt.
Yeah.
His first 2 or 3 laps will be very gentle. And actually for us, ideally, because the grid is so big here, we actually want to be towards the back.
Okay.
So we're not in any trouble at the first corner or anything like this. Okay? Good stuff.
The 20-minute qualifying session will allow Romain to adapt to the new car.
At the beginning, I was not confident with the car. It's really new for me, but with the laps going, I was better and better.
He's got the grid for the guys. They're a little harder than we thought, 22nd and 24th on the grid. There's only 2 rows of cars behind them, so I'm hoping that shouldn't be too much of a problem. They've certainly got the pace to move forwards. The most important thing for the guys is in the first lap or 2 stay out of trouble. So just get through the first corner in particular safely. Once they've done that, they've probably got a good enough pace to get up to mid-teens in terms of positions. So I'm just hoping they'll sort of pick off one place at a time, no silly moves, and bring the cars back home safely.
I am expecting them to get more and more comfortable with the car and probably just perhaps move up a few places, but there should be someone at least he can overtake, and others will be overtaking him.
There is some fast guys behind us. I'm gonna try to overtake if I can, but I cannot make a mistake for this race. I have to get my signature as the priority.
The drivers analyse their qualification laps to see where they can improve during the race.
In here actually is very similar to the first corner.
Yeah.
Your braking points are very, very similar, but you're just holding the brake a little bit longer and just taking off a little bit too much speed. So the first 2 corners for you, Romain, very easy to change. You brake at the same time, just roll off the brake.
As the race approaches, Romain must control his nerves.
You cannot tell him not to be nervous, because that's natural. You're going to have butterflies. If you put too much on yourself, you'll end up making mistakes.
It's a staggering learning curve for Romain right now. He's sitting ready to do his first proper car race. So a real whirlwind for Romain.
I'm excited. I want to do this race and finish it.
Drivers wait for the lights to change. Romain starts his first ever race, and the mass of cars will head into the first corner. Romain eases off to find a clean way through.
The initial getaway from both drivers was fantastic, but crucially, they both completed the first lap without any incident. No damage to either car, stayed away from all the trouble that all the other people were having. So, great first lap for both guys.
Well, he's going very well at the moment. He's sort of midfield. He's got a bit of space around him, which is good because it's fast and furious. There's a lot of contact and people going off.
6 minutes left to go. Both drivers making great progress. Roman sitting about 16th from 24th on the grid in his first ever race. So a fantastic effort so far.
Roman has to work hard, though, to avoid a crash right in front of him.
Been lots of offs, lots of bumps, but the boys have kept the nose clean so far. And at the moment, I think we're sitting about 10th and 14th, with maybe about 2 laps to go.
Takes the checkered flag in his first ever motor race.
Both guys did great. Matt's worked his way from 22nd to 10th, which was fantastic, and Roman's gone from 24th to 15th in his first ever race, so a fantastic end to the race for both guys. I mean, he had to prove to us that he could go out onto the circuit and do a job, and he's done that. He's brought the car home, there's no damage on the car, he's finished the race successfully, which at this stage is all we can ask for.
Really nice, really nice. Yeah, I definitely want to do this again.
Oh, that was insane. It's the only way you can describe that race.
The driver in front of me lost control, so I had to avoid it. It was not easy.
Well, he got on very well. Well done. Yeah. We started from very close to the back. I think he finished midway, 15th. So he obviously was overtaking cars and keeping out of trouble. one or two close shaves here in Redgate.
Any positions gained a good
Yeah, so much cross. I didn't have to overtake because the other was crashing and spinning.
Yeah.
I have to avoid it.
Team principal Bob Neville isn't 100% happy with his new pupil, though.
Charlie, the instructor's going to have a quiet word with him, I think. There were 1 or 2 moves he made he needn't have bothered with.
I felt in the final laps, he probably got a little bit over-exuberant with the other cars around him. The last lap, for example, he'd had a big last lap board and then tried to go around the outside of 3 cars into the first corner. So we could probably do a little bit less of that. But up to that point, he'd been doing very, very well.
It's absolutely incredible. I love it. And the first race make me want to make the second. The second will make me want to make the third, and it's never gonna finish, I think, because I love it. I love it too much.
The hard work starts now. It's great to start with a result like that and a first race finish. We've got high hopes of the way he started.
We threw him into the deep end a little today, and we kind of saw what he was made of. He responded fantastically well, but now he's got the other elements to look at: fitness, diet, mental aspects. So there's a lot of hard work ahead for him coming up.
4 life-changing days come to an end with Roman taking his first step to becoming a pro driver. Join us next week to find out how the drivers can gain an international racing licence.